Well, good evening, everyone, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on whereabouts you are. Lovely to see you again, and I really do hope that I find you very well indeed. You're having a good day and had a brilliant week also, in what are quite trying times at the moment. So I hope you're managing to get everything that you need for you and your family. And thank you very much for popping over just to see what I made for the family meals this week. If you're new and this is your first time here, my name's Cheryl. This is What's for Tea, and this is just the part of the week where I show you what I made for the family meals, like I just said, all the way back from Monday till today, which is Sunday. And I've also got the winner of your Degustabox for January just at the end, along with a handful of your comments left on my videos from during the week as well. So if you've commented, mind to hang around to the end for that. So let me go and see what we made this week. And as usual, all of the meals that I've made, if I've done a video on them, I will leave it linked in the description box underneath. So yeah, let's go and see what happened on Monday. So on Monday I made savoury minced beef in the slow cooker, and I have done a video on this, so I'll leave it linked underneath. And we just had a wee baked potato at the side with some green beans and some munge too, also known as snow peas or sugar snap peas, and that's the mince there, and this was absolutely delicious. Moving on to Tuesday, and we had fish cakes. Well, one of us had fish cakes, and I'll explain in a second. So there's mashed potato, that's a melt in the middle, codfish cake with parsley sauce inside, some peas and corn, and a wee bit of parsley on top. And yeah, these things are just beautiful with mashed potato when the inside melts, and oh. And the rest of us had actually steak and veggies. So these were just some sirloin steaks from the local butcher with some onions and some broccoli and cauliflower, and a really, really simple one. But sometimes you just don't need any, chips or potatoes or anything like that. And these steaks were absolutely wonderful. Like I said, from the local butcher, and they are just some wee sirloin steaks. And moving on to Wednesday, and I made bangers and mash. Again, with the mashed potato, we do love mashed potatoes, and I find Maris Pipers make the best mashed potatoes, or the rooster potatoes. And I got some sausages from the local butcher, and of course we've got to have baked beans with this kind of thing. Another big favourite in the house. Moving on to Thursday, you'll have seen this one already if you watched the recipe that I posted the other day. And again, I'll leave the video linked underneath if you want to go and watch it. This was the sausage, cheese and bean melt in that puff pastry with some small crispy potatoes, and again with the baked beans. Moving on to Friday, and there was steak pie. So a wee baked potato again, that's the steak pie there, with some mashed swede and some garden peas and just some instant gravy on the top. And again, another big favourite in the house. We do love our pies. Not the best for you, but they're absolutely delicious. Moving on to yesterday, and I made fish pie. So that's some cauliflower, some tender stem broccoli, and I made a fish pie with some lovely smoked haddock I got from the local fishmonger. And there's corn in there, there's peas. It's just one of those things, so comforting and beautiful for a winter's night. And these are some angel cut, undyed smoked haddock fillets. They are quite expensive, but these, it's quite large fish. This one's actually doubled over, so it's double the size. I think these were about £5 each, but yeah, they are worth every penny. And I always suggest, if you've got a local fishmonger, go there for your fish, because the difference is unbelievable. The same as I think, going to the butcher for your meat is just so much nicer. That's the wee receipt there. And I just put my fish in some milk or cream, or a combination of both, with some salt and pepper and parsley. And I just let that poach away in the oven for about half an hour, and then I thicken it up. I'll put some peas and corn in, top it with mashed potato and cheese, back into the oven just until the cheese browns on the top. And this was the end result, and like I said, absolutely delicious. Although it's delicious, I didn't fancy this, so I just had some pasta, a very simple penny pasta with a basic red sauce with chilli and garlic and onions, and I put some tuna fish through there just from the can, and some cheese on top. That's just some Parmesan cheese, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Moving on to today, and I made haggis. It is Burns Day, or Burns Night tomorrow, so we had haggis today in homage. So again, some mashed potato And you've got to have the mashed turnip or the mashed swede, and that's the haggis at the side. And again, this haggis is from a local butcher, and he's actually won awards for his haggis. So you best believe this was absolutely wonderful. And I also made a sort of haggis cream sauce for the table. But just before I move on, a big thank you, as usual, to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page. So thank you once again, guys, and also to the new channel members here as well. So if you're leaving at this point, thank you very much for popping over just to see what I made, and hopefully it's given you ideas for you and your own family. And don't forget, you will find those videos in the description box of any videos that I've done meals on that feature in Meals of the Week, if that makes any sense. So now moving on to your winner for the January Degustabox. I do give away one of these every month, so if you haven't won this month, mind to check back next month and enter that. So this is the website that I use here. It's just commentpicker.com, free to use, very simple to use. You just pop your YouTube video into that wee box. It'll go and find your winners, and then you basically click start. So good luck. And there is your winner there. So congratulations to you, Nicola Straw. And that's your comment. It looks lovely as always. I'd like to enter. My favourite product is the avocado crisp. So your box will be on its way to you. So what you're going to have to do now is contact me over on Instagram if you follow me over there, and I think you actually do. If not, if you send me an email, you will find my email address in the description box underneath, and just let me know that you want to claim your box. If you haven't claimed your box within 4 days, then I do send it to a local food bank. It's just the same every month, you know. I do give you a few days, but if you haven't contacted me, I always, you know, take it to a local food bank. So hopefully I'll hear back from you within the next few days. So well done again, and thank you to you all for entering. And this is just a small selection of your comments from my videos this week. So let's go and see what you are saying. Your first comment this week is from Deborah Clark. Love your accent. My son loves your cheeseburger pasta, yet he doesn't like cheeseburgers. Well, first of all, thank you very much for your comment, Deborah. And yeah, my accent, you know, you'd be surprised how many folks say that, and you know, it's just my voice. I don't obviously hear it, but thank you very much. And as for the pasta, yeah, that is one of our favourites. It's so tasty, whether it's made with ground beef or whether you make it with corn mince or some sort of meat substitute. It is just absolutely delicious. And anybody watching this, you know, highly recommended. And again, I'll leave that linked in the description box underneath if you want to go and watch the video and maybe make it. So thank you for your comment. Your next comment is from Paul Joel. I've always thought she was saying it's just me and Mr. Watts for tea, but she's actually saying it was just me and Mr. Watts for tea. Yeah, it does sound, well, it sounds exactly the same, doesn't it? You know, I just call him Mr. Watts for tea because he has been, you know, he has said, you know, don't mention me on video. And, you know, so I try and keep people out of my videos as much as possible. You know, I'd love to get them involved, but they just don't want anything to do with it. So I'm afraid you're stuck with me. My name's Cheryl. So thank you very much for your comment and for stopping by. Next comment is from Good Two Shoes, I think. Surely my eyes are deceiving me, not a single baked bean to be seen. Well, thank you very much for your comment. And I think we've more than made up for that this week, because there have been quite a few days with baked beans, but we just love baked beans, especially with things like, you know, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. They're just fab. Your next comment is from Alan Kent Fisher. This is totally my favourite YouTube channel since discovering What's for Tea 6 months ago. Every video is wonderful. Thanks, Cheryl. Well, thank you very much. That's, you know, that really has touched me, and I get so many of these lovely messages from you, you know, saying that you've just found the channel or you've been here a long time, and it just means ever so much. So thank you very much. Your next comment is from Carla Mendez. I was watching an old episode of What's for Tea and saw a mention about Still Game. It's on Netflix in the States. I've seen every episode available. I laughed myself sick watching that show. Thank you, What's for Tea. Yeah, that used to be one of my favourite shows, you know, Still Game. It's a very Scottish thing, and I always thought you would have to be Scottish to sort of understand the humour or get the humour, but perhaps not. Maybe it is, as you know, other people can get the humour and appreciate it as well. But yeah, it is really funny if you get the jokes, and you know, if you understand it, then absolutely brilliant. And yeah, sorely missed, and wonderful actors as well. Thank you very much for your comment. Your next comment is from Renee Richer. I still remember the first time I ate fish and chips in England. We sat out at a little wall and ate it cold. In the cold, not cold. It was the best food I've ever eaten, yeah. If fish and chips from a takeaway, if it's done well, you know, it's very, very hard to beat, isn't it? It's just one of those classic combinations. A wee bit of salt and vinegar and away you go. Just perfect. Thank you very much for your comment. Your last comment this week is from Caroline Monroe. I love oatcakes with lentil soup. And I think I just commented there, yeah, so do I. You know, I haven't had oatcakes for such a long time. But I think, you know, tomato soup in particular, if you've got a cheese oatcakes and tomato soup go wonderfully together. But mind you, cheese and tomatoes do anyway. But a hot bowl of creamy tomato soup and a few cheese oatcakes at the side, absolute match made in heaven. Yeah, so thank you very much for your comment. Mind you, any oatcakes go with soup, but I think cheese oatcakes in particular, just because I've got the cheese in there, you know. So that's your comments this week. And like I said, I do get millions, well not millions, I do get hundreds of comments now, so it's difficult trying to respond to each of you individually, but I do see probably about 85% of them. So even though I might not have, you know, responded to you, chances are I'll have read it. So thank you all very much for your lovely comments and for watching and sharing as well. You know, lots of you share my videos, which is very much appreciated. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, why not follow me over there as well? It's What's for Tea 3. I'd love to see more of you over there. But until I see you next, guys, which is going to be tonight, not tonight, this is Meals of the Week. What am I talking about? I'll be back during the week for another wee recipe shopping haul, and I've also got my snack surprise box to unbox for you as well. So hopefully I'll see you back for one or all of those. But until then, take care and bye for now. Bye now.